I'm muted, sorry. Welcome to everybody watching the VOD, welcome Ursats, thank you so much for the good luck, I need it so much, especially in these Tux Guy segments. Yeah, I can go right to the door, if it's applicable. Why? How? That's how I've lost 11 PB paces in a row. 10 PB paces in a row. I don't know why I said 11. I guess I'm just already looking forward to the next one. He came so early. That's more ideal. Yeah, they switched. That's such a genius move. You can't tell who is who. Okay. I even let go early so that that wouldn't happen. But they're learning. They're learning. And it ate my inputs. How? How is that not a headbutt? That would be acceptable. I tried. This is perfect stun lock. There's literally zero I can do. If that were world record pace, it would be gone right there. Nice turnaround. What? Sometimes it just eats your headbutts, and if that happens, there's just nothing you can do. You just get hit, and sometimes you get stun locked to your death. Mr. Exister, welcome. That's right? No. Bro! Perfect movement by him. I don't understand this game. They just choose to be invincible sometimes. Let's do the thing. Well, first, let's do this. Perfect start. That's a decent park. Oh, he almost got away. Well done, kid. The park was not easy. I don't believe you, game. Perfect. Perfect. It's so impossible. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Why did he do that? Why did he suddenly switch directions when I was tracking him? This game is ridiculous. That actually didn't lose me much time. It's not that bad of an endgame. Oh, that would be a PB if I went into it on half decent pace. Even the last Tux guy went Super Saiyan. What? The game just activated him early. It's just unbelievable how much will go wrong when you're on PB pace here. That would be acceptable. Let's do it. It wouldn't be acceptable for, like, sub 10, but... let's face it, I'm just trying to snap this choke streak. I guess it's not really... now that I know just how obscenely difficult it is to get it to go at all correctly, it's not as much me choking. Interesting behavior. I've got to turn this up a little bit. Nobody wants to fight yet. That's not what I wanted. I think it's okay, though. It is. Okay. Good luck, kid. Thank you. You know I need it. Get out of here. Hey, Penguin. It just ate my inputs completely. Uh-oh. We're losing an unbelievable amount of time here because the ladies said so. It was a very good start. We just lost 5 or 6 seconds to the ladies. And it did the thing where it pushed him forward, even though he was against the wall. Target Renegade. I cannot believe how hard it just denied me in stage 2. Thank you so much, Penguin. I really, really appreciate that. Good luck in the fanfic mines, I assume. Oh my god, do I try? How? How was that mismanaged spawns? If the biker had spawned in a good place, I still would have continued, but he didn't. I guess I wasn't paying... I guess I thought I was in the wrong wave. Incredibly slow spawns there, holy cow. That cost me quite a bit of time. I just go for him now when he refuses to throw the tire. Just like Mikey did in World Record. How did I not wait long enough? Like, I waited so long. That's wild. Game's being really, really weird right now. Imagine that. What in God's name is happening? We're fine, I guess, but that was all so weird. Game is in a weird mood right now. Oh my god. I don't know what's going on. I guess that didn't push him back far enough. Take that. It ate my inputs on the text scroll. It ate like 5 inputs in a row. That's target Renegade. Get out of here. Goodbye. Nice. Alright. It is now time for the dreaded Stage 3. Got about a 10% chance to make it past here. Where are they? Alright, here we go. Time for the Hell Waves. With the weapon on the screen, these guys are often unhittable, and they often go way far away. Very slow spawns. Okay, time for Hell Wave number 2. This one is less likely to go well. Alright, let's see if the third boss lets us through. Not the best, but not bad. Now it's time for the rest of the game. You could go Super Saiyan any frickin' time. Stage 4 can be very trolly. It's supposed to be more consistent. Bad spawns. Alright, knife guys. Let's see if they cooperate. Okay, blonde guys can be an issue. Where are you? What in God's name was that? They just never spawned. What was that? Lady Ow, let's dance. Weird. It is now time for the hardest stage to do quickly, the park. It ate my inputs again. Good start. What in gosh darn's name? Not good. Hey, Flute Shop, welcome. Not a very good park. Dink. Pink-haired guys. Yep, the bench got me. Didn't look like I was anywhere near it, but the game thought so. So it ate all of my inputs. Lady Ow. Alright. Not great. Let's see if the game goes Super Saiyan from here on. Can we get some despawns? I think we did. Can we get some more? Are you kidding me? What was that movement? Game went Super Saiyan. Nothing I could do. I'm dead. Game went absolutely Super Saiyan. That was the most unbelievable behavior I've ever seen. And I've seen some unbelievable behavior from this game. That was a good attempt. I'm starting to think this is actually impossible. Let's keep going. I've never died from Wave 2 there with that much health. The game read my thoughts again. It could read that I was thinking, okay, at least I have an attempt to the Tux guys now. With this much health, there's no way that Wave 2 can destroy me that hard. And it read my mind, because it's a Kunio game. That's pretty spectacular. You are never, ever, ever safe in a Kunio game. The credits could be rolling, and like it'll invent a time machine and go back in time to ruin your run. They're referring to the player. They assume the player is a kid. John Target Renegade. I cannot believe how many hits I just whiffed. I've whiffed like 7 or 8 hits so far in this run alone. Oh my god. Oh my god. That run was pretty cursed. I cannot hit the reset button. That was a horrific wave. All right. You went straight through my headbutts. Pretty weird, but we'll take it. Get out of here. Wow, she did a weird juke there. She did it too. Yo, dude. Goodbye? Goodbye? Lady said no. There goes 4 seconds for absolutely no reason. The ladies just refused to fight all of a sudden. Ouch. It is now time for the dreaded Stage 3. Got about a 10% chance to make it past here. Alright, now time for the Hell Waves. With a weapon on the screen, these guys are rarely hittable. And they usually also go way away from you. Very delayed spawns, unfortunately. That cost me some time. There's Hell Wave number 1. Now it's time for Hell Wave number 2. Also very unlikely to go well. Just lost about 8 seconds. Game said no. Right in the last wave. We'll just play this out for practice. Try and have some fun here. Time for the knife guys. Goodbye. Knife guys said no. Goodbye. Yeah, we're 10 seconds slower than what I want right now. Lady Ow. Now time for the park, the most difficult stage to do quickly. Took too long. Oh well. At least that run wasn't good anyway. The invincibilities in this game are very interesting. Off we go. Possibly. Extra spawn. Took too long. Ay, 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 that was some awful behavior. Let's just keep going. Try and get another shot at stage 3. Yo, dude. Goodbye. Very bad stage 2. Lots of bad luck. It is now time for the stage where we need incredible luck. Stage 3. Got about a 10% chance to make it past here. Very nice. Alright, time for the Hell Waves. With a weapon on the screen, these guys are rarely hittable, and they like to go way away from you. Okay. Time for Hell Wave number 2. Much of the same, it's less likely to go well. He's gone. He's back. Game said no. Randomly, at any one of those waves, when you're trying to headbutt them on the left, they can just decide to be invincible and punch you. Every single time you face them. It's just ridiculously unlikely for the run to go well at stage 3. Every single interaction is like a 50-50. He... Okay. See if the game lets the sub 120 continue. Nice. I was worried that I had missed a spawn. Goodbye. That was a pointless time loss. Goodbye. That was very, very, very strange behavior from them. Alright. Good pace, but unfortunately it is time for the dreaded Stage 3. Got about a 10% chance to make it past here. Very good pace here, but it's time for the Hell Waves. With a weapon on the screen, these guys are really hittable and they like to go way away from you. Okay. Hell Wave number 2. That's a shame. That is such a shame. That was a really good pace. It is over now. We lost about 6 seconds there. At least. Probably more. Let's see if we can get past this boss. Yeah, we lost more than 6 seconds there. Let's just try to play the game and have some fun. Let's see if it lets us play. Watch your back. Go right. See what the knife guys do. They behaved. Alright, now for the blonde guys. These guys can be really bad. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous behavior by that one guy. Lady Owl, let's dance. She is so activated! What the hell is she? Oh my god! I've never seen that many punches before. There was nothing I could do. Okay. I got Kunio'd. That guy was pretty far away. That's not good. Dugnacious, congrats on the sub 12. I just had a big pace deep into the second to last stage, and the karate guys had the best behavior I've ever seen. I had almost full health, and that glitch just happened again. I had almost full health, and the second wave took me to one hit away. And then the next wave killed me. It was a mid 10 0x pace. And I couldn't even get it to the Tux guys because I had my best health ever going into the second wave. And the game took that very, very, very personally. Can't blame you. This game absolutely despises people who grind it. To put it very lightly. Yeah, well done. Hopefully I can finally PB again. The game does not want me to, though. It is getting obscenely aggressive. Every single time I have a chance. I just hit him too early. I've lost 11 paces in a row now in the late game. I am capable of sub 10. It is now a race between me and Mikey, it seems. But it's all up to the game. That was a really bad wave. Nice. $118. Let's see if the game allows that to continue. So far. Get out of here. Nice juke. We got the really, really, really awful spawn. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I just lost 5 seconds because the ladies just never approached. They never even spawned. Target Renegade. I got Kunio'd. And they're just... What is... Well, I asked if the game was gonna let the good pace continue. The answer was no. The game knows. Horrendous luck in those last two waves. Nothing I could do but accept my best. It is now time for the dreaded Stage 3. Got about a 10% chance to make it past here. Vatty, what? Oh my goodness. Game said no. I just lost 4 seconds already because those last two guys target Renegaded / Kunio'd me. Vatty, welcome. Just playing a ridiculously unkind game, trying to do it quickly. Or Vati. Alright, that was Hell Wave number 1. When it goes right, it looks easy, but it's so ridiculously unlikely for it to go that way. For so many reasons. Yep. Blessed him, Fallen. Let's see if the Stage 3 boss lets me through. Why? Why did that happen? Why did it suddenly... What? I think sometimes that boss, like, just randomly breaks through. Like, it's not a 100% that the rhythm is gonna hold. Because I do not think I did anything differently. The game just decided to do that. Well, all pressure's off here. And then in your PB, of course, it was the one time. Yep, that's Kunio games. They know. Knife guys cooperated. Very good stage so far. Because of what has happened in this run so far. He's gone. Alright. Lady Ow. Let's dance. She went Super Saiyan last run. She tried to again. Alright. It is now time for the most difficult stage to do quickly, the park. This game is, like most Kunio or Kunio-adjacent games, immensely RNG. Got bad luck there. No health? I despawned the heart. Are there manips? Only that little bit of what happened in Stage 3, and it's inconsistent. No real manips, no. You can kind of guide things, but only vaguely. Like, there's nothing I can do about this guy just deciding not to approach me. Terrible park. You have to play perfectly, and even if you do, the game can just decide that it's over at any time. Let's just try to see if we can finish a run. Our health is not very good, though. These karate guys are unbelievably bad. Like that. I had almost twice this much health coming into here last run I got here, and the game went incredibly Super Saiyan. I'm very likely dead here. Oh my goodness. I'm dead. Just nothing I could do. Nothing I could do. At least the pace wasn't very good. What's up, hero? It's a Kunio game. Wow, look at that footwork. Thank you all so much for being here so far. What are you doing? The footwork so far in this run has been sublime. Like, bosses, we can control. For the most part. JKL developed some very consistent boss fights, but as I found out there in Stage 3, like, sometimes they can just break out. Goodbye. Very bad behavior there. Get out of here. Getting that weapon out of there so that it doesn't affect their AI in very, very bad ways. Anytime there's a weapon on the screen, the AI becomes very... Their hurt boxes don't really work anymore. And they just never behave. Yeah, Lady Ow as well. The boss of Stage 4 and 5 can often, can just completely end you for no reason. Yeah, it's awesome. And some of them, it's decently simple to learn them and be able to complete them in less than 20 minutes, and some of them even less than 10 minutes. Like, you don't have to grind obscenely hard to get times like that. This one, it depends. It is now time for the dreaded Stage 3. We got about a 10% chance to make it through here. Bad behavior there. Now it's time for the Hell Waves. With the weapon on the screen, these guys are rarely hittable, and they like to misbehave and walk all over the place. But if we leave the weapon on the very bottom pixel there, sometimes this works out. Yeah, and we need to try to do the same thing for Hell Wave number 2, but they're gonna bring another weapon. Alright, let's see if the boss cooperates this time. What in God's name is he doing? Third boss has got my number right now. He's just not behaving. Not a great pace here, but let's see what the rest of the game gives us. Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure he can just decide to do that at any time. Like, even if you have the perfect rhythm going. Oh my god. Alright. Let's see what the knife guys do. Hopefully we can get some despawns and only get 3 of them. Yep. That should work. Where is he going? Oh my god! See, that they can just decide to do stuff like that at any time and lose you 5 seconds. I've played a lot of games on NES, yes. Not a good stage there. Lady Owl, let's dance. It is time once again for the hardest stage to do quickly, the park. Can we please get 2 good waves in a row? I still somehow missed the heart. I don't know how. Pink guys time. Dink. Alright. Time to dance with Lady Owl again. Let's see if she goes Super Saiyan. Yeah, the hearts are like 1 pixel. Okay. The game has annihilated me in this stage so far today. Let's see what happens this time. Very, very likely to die here. The karate guys are absolutely ridiculous. Their behavior is obscene. I died from this amount of health my first time to this stage today. No knife guys. So no despawns. That's unfortunate. Yow. Terrible luck. No Oh, of course he appears right at the very end after I have no despawns. Absolutely dreadful. We just lost 10 seconds there because the game said so. Wild. Could still PB. Let's see what happens. Terrible spawns at the end there, though. I'm not going to be able to get that hard, unfortunately. Not for the reason I thought. Here we go. Time for kissies. Alright. Let's give it our best shot. Not a great run, but we'll see if we can finish it out. Let's see what the blonde guys do. I'm just gonna tap this in. All right. $11 is the end of the streak of chokes in the endgame on PB Pace. Thank you so much for the GGs. Dugnacious, Vatty. Hi. It finally happened. We got knocked down again by the stage 3 boss while we had the sequence going. Yeah, there were lots of little things here and there. The second wave of the second to last stage was really unfortunate. A lot of the reason why this wasn't like a 10:05 was just because the game gave us 0 despawns. It gave us all karate guys in the second wave of the second to last stage. Thank you for the GG, Mr. Existerer. Yeah, so we didn't get any despawns. That lost us a ton of time. And neither of the Tux Guy fights were super good. I had to do a lot of safe stuff. But we didn't get annihilated this time. This is a nice weight off of my shoulders. At least. The park was decent. Not great, but decent. Pretty sure this is the run where one of the knife guys in stage 4 went way away, and I might have screamed a little bit. Close 3rd place? Did somebody else submit a new time? Oh, you mean close to 2nd place. Yes. Nescard's 10:10. Yep. Beats me out still. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a Kunio game. There's so many things everywhere that misbehave here and there that will cost you all those little bits of time. That's okay though. Like I'm still happy with this for now. I'm gonna keep going, but this is a nice weight off my shoulders. How long have I speedrun this game? I first attempted it about a week ago. Here, let me look it up actually. What was my first stream of this game when I first started learning it at all? That was more than a week ago. It was February 12th, so 11 days ago was when I first played. When I played this game for the first time. And I'm pretty happy with what I've been able to do in that time. That was fun. That was very fun. Yeah, I began on my EverDrive on console, on an NES controller. Yeah, not quite second yet. I'm 2 seconds away from second place, but still, yeah, 11 days and very close to second place. And NES Cardinality's 10:10 was an obscene run. There was one additional major discovery made after NES Cardinality's 10:10, which is a lot of what allows us to get better times than it right now. At the time, the 10-10 was, like, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, that was a very fun run. Lots of little things here and there, and unfortunately, I believe I did yell very loudly at one of the enemies. But this is not my end goal. It's just a nice step. It's a nice step. We got new splits this time. It's been a while. But there they are. Nice. What's the goal? My goal is to see if I can be the first person to get a sub 10-minute time. Mikey Dies a Lot is still... Mikey Dies a Lot is the current world record holder at 10 minutes flat. So my goal... At some point, I'd love to have world record in this game at all. If I end up getting a run done in less than 10 minutes before he does, that'd be very special to me. If not, it depends on how good his next run, his next world record ends up being. To see if it's reasonable for me to chase it. But for now, I'm seeing if I can get a sub 10. Because I've had chances. Last stream, my last run of the session was 1 second behind world record, heading into the first Tuxedo Guy fight. I wasn't actually paying attention to my timer this run, but I'm guessing it was significantly behind that. Because of wave 2 of the second last stage. Yeah, Nescard is doing his thing. I'm pretty sure he, like, that run that he got was, the 10-10 was just so magical that, he probably feels decently okay with leaving it for now. Do I have many world records in other games? Admittedly, part of my motivation for approaching a decent amount of games that I play, that I speedrun, is how attainable world record seems to be, and some games I like to be the first person to speedrun them, and like create the speedrun for them, which it makes me innately have the world record as soon as I do my first runs. I do have some world records in some very tough games though. I have the world record in every single category of NES Joust, which is an obscenely unforgiving game. Yes, Doug Nasus was on the same wavelength as I was. I have world record in Baseball Stars 2, completing a single game. Baseball Simulator 1000 or 1.000, completing a game and winning it. I have world record in co-op for River City Ransom, the main difficulty mode, the medium difficulty mode, Novice in the West. I'm second place in that in single player. I also have world record in the easy mode for that, which is only available in the Japanese version. It is, yeah, Joust is so unforgiving. I just keep playing these ridiculously unforgiving games. I have world records in Super Dodgeball Advance, Super Dodgeball Brawlers, not Super Dodgeball for the NES. That one is really, really difficult. Yellsrake is getting pretty close to that. Some more Culture Brain baseball games. Ultra Baseball Jitsumeban, Super Baseball Simulator 1.000. I have world records all across those. Maki Paw of Fury, an indie beat-em-up game. I have all the world records in that. Nobody else has attempted runs in it, though. Same with Rough City, another indie beat-em-up. But even in the games where nobody else is competing with me, I try to get clean runs, just for my own satisfaction, and to make it more difficult for people, when they pick it up, to just immediately destroy me. I have all the world records in River City Ransom EX. Again, same thing there. I was obsessed with grinding that game. Some people have competed with me in that game, but, I try to get really clean runs in River City Ransom EX. Neketsu Street Basket, I have most of the world records in those categories. Prissy edged me out in one of those. I'm happy to let him have that. I do have world record in Balloon Trip from Balloon Fight still. Yes, good point. That happened out of nowhere, but I do tend to grind super RNG categories like that pretty decently. River City Ransom Underground, I got a pretty clean run in that one. That's the longest game I've ever run. The world record that I have currently is 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 2 seconds. That's by far my longest. Well, not by far, but significantly. Bird Week, I'm tied for a world record there. Joust Arcade, I have some speedrunning world records. Downtown Special, Kunio-kun no Jirageki Daio Zenin Shugo. Or Downtown Special, Kunio-kun's historical period drama. It's like a sequel to River City Ransom. I have almost all the world records in that one as well. One person beat me in one of the difficulty modes, which I'm very proud of them for. I might go back to that at some point. Family Dog, another one I'm very proud of. That is the least RNG game that I have speedrun, and I got a clean run in that one as well. That one is very special to me because it is very special to my girlfriend. And she was the previous world record holder, and she, like, renaissanced. She found so many new discoveries in the game and got so good at it that she ended up beating the task. So we call her the Family Dog Mother. Yeah, I didn't mean to go through my entire, sorry. I didn't mean to go through my entire speedrun.com list there. It just sort of happened. I just get kind of vaguely happy whenever I get a PB. That reminds me, I can now change my title. Yep. So now we just gotta go for world record, huh? Yeah, it's fun taking a dip through the ages. All right, let's play the game a bit more. But yes, so that was my first personal best on emulator because I was initially playing this game on console on the EverDrive on regular brick controller, but that was really annihilating my left thumb. So to save my thumb, I've switched to keyboard for now. It does not make the game easier at all for me. I was actually surprised that it didn't make the game easier for me. I thought it was going to make the headbutts a lot easier, but it did not. Everything is just about the same. I like when the headbutt animation doesn't come out, but people die, so it looks like they just fell over on their own. Pretty slow start here. That's fine. The headbutt is precious. Anybody? It's always interesting when nobody is interested in fighting. Like that. The perfect triangulation. Goodbye. Yep, they're the smoochies. Oh, that footwork! That was ridiculous. Ay, 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 ay. I have not played NES... Well, I grew up with NES Battletoads, so I've played it a lot in my youth, but I have not attempted to speedrun it. I'm very reverent of it. It's incredible. Maybe someday, we'll see. That's not one I think I would ever try to go for world record in. But just to see if I could finish it someday. Which speedrunning strats would almost certainly help with. Goodbye. Well, thank you for your faith in me. That was run number 888. Yeah, it would be fun to try sometime for sure. Yeah, I did notice. I noticed your avatar, and I liked it. When they don't want to fight, they don't want to fight. They got me. Nice juke. Your favorite? It's incredible. Those NES Rareware games were special. It's a good choice. Well, I mean, sometimes we don't really choose our favorites. We just have them. My favorite is River City Ransom, I believe. Although, some Mega Man games I have very strong affection for. I have affection for all of them, but some of them I have very strong affections for. It's gonna be interesting going against the new splits now. Invincibility. Invincibility. Weird. River City Ransom is pretty fun casually. It's a brutal, brutal, brutal speedrun. It has driven a lot of people mad. Most Who games are like that. The enemy behavior and just the way some things go very, very often. It's just so mentally obscene to deal with. What's over there, lady? An extra spawn because that went so well. Or so badly, I should say. Could be worse. Being ahead here now feels weird. It is now time for the dreaded stage 3. We've got about a 10% chance to make it past here. Oh! That was going pretty well. And then they just decided to never let me hit them again. That's a Kunio game. That's Target Renegade. Now it's time for the actually bad waves. There he goes. Game said no. That's stage 3. Really? This is terrible, but let's keep going. That was just a god-awful wave. They are not cooperating right now. I went straight to speedrunning strats for this one. Yeah, I got inspired to try it through watching NES Cardinality. And so I immediately wanted to play it because I wanted to speedrun it. And I could tell that the bosses were just going to be unbelievably unfair unless I knew exactly how to fight them speedrunning-wise. Like, even this very first boss, it's tough to know what to do unless you know the rhythm. Goodbye. Game said no. Yeah, it depends. Like, I've thought about speedrunning Werewolf for the NES. Werewolf: The Last Warrior. And I played that one through casually without learning the speedrunning strategies first. That was a few years ago. And I still haven't tried speedrunning it yet. There are some other things that are taking priority. And some unexpected things coming up like this. Yeah, that one has great music as well. Never beat it? Yeah, I understand. I admittedly used save states to beat it. So I didn't technically beat it. Get out of here. Whoa! Weird. And super delayed spawn. That's unfortunate. That cost us a couple seconds. It is now time for the dreaded Stage 3. Got about a 10% chance to make it past here. Oh my god! Oh my god! I got Kunio'd. Game said no. When the game says no, there is nothing, not even God could do anything. Kunio games are God. It was the first wave of Stage 3 again. Everybody ducked, everybody perfectly avoided.
I'm going to slap a cop.
That was a really weird wave, but it wasn't that bad, time-wise. He did the dodge. That cost me about 2 seconds. Say, he didn't dodge, he just stood there. Yes, him standing there and not moving forward is dodging. Because he's supposed to move forward. Of course he was one hit away and he moved all the way back. That's very Kunio. Goodbye. 2:45 is my very, very common finishing time there. It is now time for the dreaded stage 3. If we even make it past this first wave, we've got about a 10% chance to make it out of the stage. Okay. Time for the Hell Waves. With a weapon on the screen, this almost never works out. Goodbye. He's gone. Lost about 5 seconds to fighting that way instead of setting up what we're going to try and set up again here in Hell Wave number 2. Okay. Let's see if the boss lets us through. Alright. Stage 4, control us really hard, even though it's supposed to be more consistent. Let's see what happens. It's trolling us. Not good. Let's see what the knife guys do. There he goes. Whatever. Alright, blonde guys. Not sure why I fought that one guy the way I did. I kind of brain farted there, my bad. Alright, Lady Ow. Let's dance. Alright. It is time for the most difficult stage to do quickly, the park. This went really well in PB, so this is going to be difficult. We gotta leave the heart, it's too far away. Not great. Dink. See what the pink guys do. Okay. Lady Ow, will she destroy me? That was my fault. Okay. Could have been worse. Now it's time for a stage where I'm unlikely to survive it because the game can go absolutely Super Saiyan. Namely, these enemies. The karate guys. Not great. Let's keep going. This is where we didn't get any despawns last run. I needed him to not appear there. Not lucky again. What are these spawns? This is so slow. We're significantly behind world record again. Let's see if we can get the smoochies. I didn't turn around. Rats. Shoot, 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 shoot. We needed to save time there for sure. That was it. He just went Super Saiyan. His movement was so weird. We had it. But then he went Super Saiyan. I had no idea how to counter what he was doing. It was so weird. Let's practice the tougher stuff. The kissies. Nope. Okay. I think we would have had to go for that, even if I had nailed the first wave. If that last guy hadn't done the god footwork. Thank you for the GG's, Vati. Dugnacious. There wasn't that much wrong with that run, honestly, except for the very last Tux guy. It was just that. The final boss. The first hell wave of stage 3. Thank you, yeah, thank you for the GG's, Vati, Dugnacious, Hero, and Mr. Existerer. And we just didn't get enough despawns in the second to last stage again. Man, the Tux guys in the last stage were going so well. Let's do some more. It's truly a delight to have you all here. Thank you so much. There was a follow just now. Thank you so much for that follow. I will not call that person out, but they make me smile. Thank you so much, Burst Air. I really appreciate it. Hope you're doing awesome. It was great to meet you properly at GDQ this year. Ay, 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 ay. Those guys didn't cooperate. I just got it came through on my stream, very belated. That's funny. Yeah, I just got very, very close to second place in this game. What trick was found out after NESCAR did his runs? Something in stage 3. I'll show it to you right now. This nonsense. You go all the way to the very bottom of the screen with this wave where they have the weapon. Pray that this guy is hittable. And don't do what I just did. It's still just so luck dependent because these guys are still sometimes just not hittable. And hope that guy doesn't go away. And now you go all the way to the bottom of the screen where the bat is lined up. And hope your headbutts actually come out. Hope the left guy doesn't punch you. Hope that they are hittable when they go to the bat. There's still so much that has to go right for this, but this saves so much time. Yeah, it's like sometimes, he like, even when he stops dead in front of you. Yes, Mikey Dies a Lot came up with this. He came up with a lot. Yep, and he can just be gone. That's why there's only like a 10% chance to make it past this stage. It's really inconsistent without this as well. Yep, he was unhittable that time. Sometimes their hurt boxes just don't come in. He was gone. This can just keep happening forever. Let's try and do it in a run, or else I'm gonna start getting very discouraged. Yeah, it's even worse without that strategy. Trying to line them up and do headbutts against them until they stop coming. Smooch them until they stop coming. Ay, 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 ay. Sometimes you don't get the double hit from the jump kick. Yes, I also enjoyed watching your big old Ghost and Goblins franchise stuff. You're welcome. Yeah, sorry I couldn't show it off, like, really properly. But sometimes that just happens. I went too fast. I went too fast. I was not paying attention. My bad. You have to try and control the spawns and a few waves in this game, or else you get a ton of extra people to show up. That also happens in the park. If you go too quickly, then a ton of extra people show up. It's really weird. Pretty bad pace so far, but let's keep going. Yeah, see, like, I need 3 people to be on the screen, or else it'll cause really weird things to happen with the spawns. And these are really slow spawns. Oh my goodness, he was invincible and then just walked away. That happens a lot, unfortunately. Goodbye. See, like that. I don't know if that was a faster strategy. I just wanted to see if I could get to him faster. It is also possible for the spawns to be so slow in that wave that you get extra people to show up on bikes as well. Yep. See, too many people died at the same time, and so my spawning management failed, and so an extra guy showed up on a bike. Which is like 10 seconds lost because it happened in that way. Goodbye? Where are they? What? Oh, right, I'm thinking of the wrong wave. Right. I did not have to do spawning manipulation. Ah. My bad. Now I do. Now I have to wait for there to be 3 people, and the spawns are fast enough now that we don't really have to worry. Okay, first time to stage 2 in a while. You get stuck in stage 1 for a long time sometimes, that's just how it goes. That's speedrunning. Will we get past this first wave of stage 2? Goodbye? Look at that revolving door. Not the best, but we got past it. Get out of here. Oh my god. I think this game is decent if you know exactly what to do. I don't know if it's a great pick-up and play experience. It's very fun. Like, that's part of why I learned the speedrunning strategies before ever playing it before. Because I knew that would make the game way more fun. Even then, I sucked. I like it. I don't know if it's a good game, but I like it a lot. I'm past 900 attempts now. Dude. Let's just keep going. We could get a super fast wave here. I was not prepared for that spawn. Whoa! He's inside me. I don't know what to do. Like, one unfortunate thing about this game is that it's very, very, very easy to soft lock in the very first screen. If you get slow spawns and you take out some of the enemies quickly, then nothing happens and you can't continue. Because the game just waits forever for the last guy to appear, and he never does. Thank you so much, Alexa. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the GG. So the fact that it's easy to softlock in the very first screen of the game is a bit rough. Look at them go. They're all one hit away. And that's going to cause extra spawns. Yep. It sure did. Game said no. I got Kunio'd. I got perfectly revolving doored. Yikes. That's why I went down and back to cover that spawn. Not a good stage. Let's just try to get out of it. Right to the music. So you see me waiting there to get an extra guy to show up, or else it'll cause extra spawns. Guys on bikes. Hey, they cooperated. Ha! Let's try not to screw it up. Invincible. Nothing I could do. Rats. Still save time. It is now time for the dreaded Stage 3. Even if we make it past the first wave, we've got a 10% chance to make it out of the stage. But these guys are like this. Oh my. What's up, Tex? Alright, time for the Hell Waves. Very, very unlikely for these to go well, with a weapon on the screen. That just lost about 5 seconds, at least. And he got past. Yeah, this run sucks now. Okay, let's just try to practice. Let's try to keep going. When you camp at the left, they can just decide to punch you at any time and break it. Alright. Very low chance of PB now. This stage is where we really need to save time. I miscounted. My bad. I really thought he was one hit away. That's really silly. Sorry, everybody. I do not know what the task time is for this game. I don't know if there is a task for this game. I'd be surprised if there wasn't, but I haven't seen one. And I haven't heard it spoken about. But if there is one, it can probably be improved now with the things that Mikey Dies a Lot has discovered. Let's just go. That's exceedingly slow. If I start missing everything, that's not helping. Oy. Goodbye. Goodbye. That was too early? Let's just go. Very bad start. About 3 pixels away. Let's get Nancy. Because the time was so bad. For my purposes. Yikes. Nobody cooperated. Way too slow. Okay. Nobody wants to fight. Let's just erase that universe. That's the logical thing to do, insane thing to do when nobody wants to fight you. Just destroy the universe. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm not surprised, because I've never seen a task come up for this game. I'm not surprised in that sense, but I'm a little surprised in the sense that it just hasn't been done. It might have been thought to be too basic, and there's also not a lot of popularity for it at the time. Slow spawns. Not great. Get out of here. Okay. Not bad. 242 is great. But it is now, unfortunately, time for the dreaded Stage 3. Even if we get past this first wave, we've got about a 10% chance to make it out. Alright, time for the Hell Waves. With a weapon on the screen, these guys are rarely hittable. And they like to go all over the place. Okay. That's Hell Wave number 1. Time for Hell Wave number 2. On good pace, I don't have high hopes here. He's gone. Oh my goodness! Game said no. That's footwork I've never seen before. I bet Mikey would be losing his mind right now if he were here. Run was over anyway. Stage 3 said no. It's so cool to have everybody here. Hope you're enjoying so far. I might just try to get one more run past Stage 3. For now. Bit low on energy right now for whatever reason. Oh, thank you, Vati. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the kind words and everything, and have a wonderful sleep. All the best. And thank you for the good luck. Pretty bad wave there, unfortunately. Get out of here. That just cost us a lot of time. Okay. More time lost due to awful behavior from them. Dreadful stage 2 so far. Oh my god. Holy cow. We are losing a lot of time here. Nobody cooperated, not a single person. Compared to best split, I lost a lot of time, I should say. Now time for the dreaded Stage 3. Even if we get past the first wave, we've got about a 10% chance to make it out of the rest of it. Oh no. Time for the Hell Waves. With the weapon on the screen, these guys are rarely hittable and they like to go way away from you. I can't believe he was hittable there. Alright, time for Hell Wave number 2. More of the same, but it's less likely to go well. Game said no. Guy on the left was invincible. Alright, I forget what happened. Somebody was invincible, but that's just what happens in Stage 3. Nothing I could do. I said I want to get one more run past Stage 3. It could take another 2 hours before that happens, knowing Stage 3. That was weird. His movements were all over the place there. So were theirs. Look at that. Look at that. Gorgeous footwork. That interval doesn't really work for that part of this tune. Jeff, welcome. Went too slow, so I got screwed. I got Kunio'd. Hope you're doing awesome. We did manage to scratch out a PB. Finally. Just barely missed second place. Not too worried about it. My goal is sub 10 anyway. Which at this time would be world record. Nice footwork. Nothing I could do. Oh, I almost got the soft lock. Kind of wanted to show it off there. Dreadful so far. Nobody wants to fight. Nothing I can do when that happens. I got Kunio'd. Pretty bad behavior there. Right to the music. Rest a while, Jack. I think that's the only time they do call him Jack, and they don't refer to the player there, like saying kid. Okay. Not great there. Pretty slow stage. .246, not the best. It is now time for the dreaded Stage 3. We've got about a 10% chance to make it out of here, even if we do get past the first wave. How? Looks like we will not be making it past the first wave. I believe we will now be getting extra spawns. No, but rats. Now time for the actually bad waves. I went too far. I was against the wall, which means you can't do any actions. If you're too close to a wall or an object in this game, then it completely removes your ability to do any attacks. Go last run past stage 3 or till 5:30 p.m. Very slow stage. Invincible. Ryu! How's it going? I hope you're doing very well. Thank you so much for the good luck. It's a frickin' Kunio slash Kunio bootleg slash Kunio adjacent speedrun, which means I freaking need it. And sometimes stuff like that happens too. I'm not exactly sure what caused that to fail. But it wasn't a very good pace anyway. Catching me toward the end here, unfortunately. I am lower on energy and focus than I was earlier on, but I did manage to get a PB earlier. My goal is to see if I can get sub 10 here, and see if I can do it before Mikey, but as far as both of us are concerned, that's up to just how many attempts that we're doing right now and what the game decides. Nice. Whoa! That was egregious! There's no excuse for that one. That was awesome. What an absolute G. You think your puny kicks have any effect on me? My jump kicks are not effective right now. Aside from when they do that. That one worked. Very slow start. Let's see how this wave goes. Not well. I got the unexpected spawn there. Here they go. Game has gone completely cold for now. Oh, just barely avoided the soft lock. That had to be a matter of a frame or two. Pretty bad behavior there. I freaking love the way that guy walks. Game decided that my button didn't work. You saw on my input display that I was mashing A that entire time, and it just decided to not let a single one of them register. That happens in Target Renegade. And sometimes enemies are invincible for no reason. Still a decent wave! Oh my. And we get the bad spawn. Game just decided to lose me 4 seconds for no reason. That's very Kunio. Another super slow spawn. What is happening? Very bad stage. Unlucky. That first wave was really good. And then I got awful luck from then on. Yeah, those ladies' waves cost me like 5 seconds at least. Now it's time for the dreaded Stage 3. Even if I can get it past this first wave, we've got about a 10% chance to make it through. Goodbye. Goodbye. We did not make it past the first wave. Next run that makes it past the first stage will be the last run of the session. The game has decided that it has had enough of me for today, and I know how to take a hint. But the support today has been amazing. It's tough to leave whenever it feels so good here on stream. Bro. Okay. Let's see if they let me get out of stage 1 ever again. That would be a very Kunio thing for them to not do. Oh! How's that corner, buddy? It looks splendid. Man, I'm jealous of you. That looked like a good time. Yeah, I think the game's done with me for today. Big time. We'll go next run past stage 1 or to attempt number 950. I keep moving the goalpost closer and closer because of how badly things are going right now. And this continues. It's an amazing thing if you're not tired of this soundtrack at all. Like, it's been kind of like the opposite effect for me, where This happens a lot to me when I'm first getting obsessed with a grind. Things get stuck in my head so invasively that it's actually painful. So no matter how good music is, if I want to not think, if I want to just take a break from thinking about something for like, just like an hour out of my day cycle and not be woken up by it in the middle of the night, that would be nice. But there's always a period of like a week where I get really into something like this, where the music just plays in my head 24/7 and I can't stop it. And it's just brutal, it just hurts, and no matter how good it is, it's just like, I just want a break. Just give me a break, please, for one moment. I'm finally past that, it seems. As of like 2 days ago, or yesterday or something. Make believes right, put it in my butt. Yes. I think that was the wrong key. Make believes right, That sounds better. Okay. We might get past stage 1 here. I like that. Will we get past this wave? Oh my, I don't think we will. No, we won't. Game said no. Let's do a little bit of practice here. Let's get some smoochies in. Really? Now I have to do this. Oh my. Oh, they can just completely screw you and there's nothing you can do. Imagine that in a Kunio game. Just absolutely shocking. Really? He almost did it again. I have to get closer to him. I feel like the gun is gonna destroy me. What a move. That's how you want to see it go. What? It ate my headbutt. How did I turn around there? Must have been a finger flick. He did the thing. You have to get like really inside his hurt box there. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of doing if I get too close. That was it. There's like an exact pixel you have to find. And even then, I think it's luck-based to get the headbutts. Yeah. I think he can just escape. Really? So annoying. When they stop tracking you, you have no idea if you're gonna be able to get them into headbutt range again. It's just, you're completely at their mercy. Yep, the headbutts are faster than doing it the safe way. I actually probably would have tied Nest card, at the very least, if I had done the headbutts against the final boss and it had been successful. But I am not regretting that at all. Again, I have possible hopes for sub 10. Because I am so low energy, I hate to do this, but I think I'm going to forego a raid here. Because I need to immediately run. I feel I prefer to like be able to like interact a little bit when I raid, but I need to like just run and get food and stuff. But thank you. Yeah, that was a good. I mean, obviously we got a 7-second PB, so pretty good session. No world record paces heading into the Tux guys today. But we have had one so far. We know it's possible. I can't get enough of that. But yeah, thank you all so very much for joining me today. It is always truly an honor and a delight to have this support and to have you all hanging out, and hopefully you all enjoyed. I had a good time. Always good to make a little bit of progress and to finally get that monkey off my back with 11 straight runs lost in the second to last stage or beyond that were on PB pace. We finally did it. But what I'm looking for is 13 more seconds now, which I can absolutely find. I can absolutely find those. It's just a matter of attempts. I gotta put those in, and we will. Until then, I wish all of you the very best that life has to offer. Have a beautiful one. Dream on, folks. Peace. Take care. Thank you all so much.